I've decided I just couldn't let Christmas 23 go without covering this song on the channel. We've got to do it, haven't we? It's Fairytale of New York. Hi, I'm Gary, welcome to the channel. So yesterday I recorded Last Christmas by Wham. It's 12 months since I started this channel. Last year I did 2,000 Miles by the Pretenders for my Christmas special. So if you've not looked at those videos already, then please do check them out. But I edited my Wham video last night and I uploaded it to YouTube. And I was thinking to myself, I've just got to do Fairytale of New York this year. I've always loved this song. I think the melody, the instrumental parts, really conjure up images of Christmas for me. I think it's just a stunning piece of music, and not only of course does it feature the late great MacGowan, it also features the late great Kirsty MacColl as well. I thought that would fit in well with this channel. Kirsty was a big musician, performer in the 80s, when formative years of my music, performed with the Smiths as well, so everything just seemed right for this song to fit in on this channel. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button, click like, it helps me to grow the channel, ring the bell, you'll see new content as and when I upload it. Anyway, let's get started on this one, we'll get close up. Alright, we're in up close, hopefully you can see everything now. So we're in standard tuning for this one. There's about 5 separate sections for this song. Don't let that put you off. There's nothing too complicated, but what I mean by these sections is that the chords just appear in slightly different orders or different sequences, or a couple of sections, or one section I think it is features a B minor chord. So I'm going to sort of number the sections and I'll refer to them as we go through, but I'm also going to attach a chord sheet with lyrics below the title on this video, so check that out. I've also approached it using a D chord shape. I have a feeling, and I don't know this, but I suspect that this was recorded using a C shape but capoed up at the 2nd fret. So it's the same thing, you're still getting the D note. So you'd have C, F and G. But the reason I'm going to do it using a D chord is that there's a nice way that you can play the introduction, which on the record is done using strings, but there's a way that you can transpose it onto the guitar, and it works better if we just use a normal D structure rather than having a capo at the 2nd fret. If you prefer to play it with the capo, then obviously all these chords, the capo would be at the 2nd fret, so all these chords just go down one, so D, you go to C, G goes to F, and so on. So first of all, let's look at the introduction. I said I'm doing it in this D, using this D structure without a capo. So the introduction, I'll break it down slowly, it sounds like this. So I'm starting there on E5, just a single note, and then I'm going up to, so that's a D shape at the 7th fret. It's actually better if you use your 2nd finger. For that first note you can slide up there. And I'm catching the 1st string and then the 2nd string. Slide that up to the 9th fret, and on the 1st string I'm just sort of playing that sus movement with the D chord. Take all that down. Just a D there with my 1st finger on. Just pulling backwards on the 1st 2 strings, E and the B. Then we go, so again round this D shape, hammering on with my pinky at the 3rd fret, back to a normal D, and then 2nd finger off again. rings out really nicely. I'm just strumming from the D string here, keeping the E and A strings out of it. And then it just resolves on a D there. And then we go down to an A before the vocals start. After the introduction, we've got the first verse. I'm going to call this section 1 because some of these sections repeat throughout the song. So section 1 covers the first 2 verses. It's they're both sung by Shane. Simple chords, sounds like this. So I'm just using the chords D, G, D and A in that sequence. I can't sing this at all, it's completely way out of my key, but I'll try to just reference it with some lyrics to guide you along. So let's just play through that first verse then. So we start from this. After the introduction we're down on the A chord. It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the trunk tank, an old man said to me, "Wanna see another one?" He sang the rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away, dreamed about. Now that chord pattern repeats exactly the same for the second verse, also sung by Shane. So I'll just play through that again. Strumming wise, I'm just trying to, there's no science to this, I'm just strumming naturally. I'm trying to catch the root of the chord. So if it's a D, I'm trying to catch the D string. If we go down to an A, catch the A string and then just strum it out. So let's play the second verse through. My singing's going to get no better, so I apologise. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. Happy Christmas, love you baby, I can see a better time. Now, using a bit of license, you can substitute an A7, so that's just an A, but without holding the G string down, for those A's. Just colours it up a little bit. So that's what I'm calling part 1. It covers the first 2 verses. As I say, I'm going to attach a song sheet for this one, just to help you through, so you can print it off and refer to it when you're practicing yourself. So after those first 2 verses, the introduction section that we looked at earlier repeats, and then Kirsty's vocal comes in on verse 3, and here we've got another chord structure, a different sequence of chords. So I'm calling this chord section 2. So we've got the introduction, we've got chord section 1, which covers the first 2 verses, and this is chord section 2, covering the 3rd verse. I'll play through it and then we'll just break it down. They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold, but the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on that cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. Alright, so we've still got the D and A chords in there. This time we're introducing a B minor. So if you were doing this with a capo, you can avoid playing a B minor. You could play an A minor shape with the capo at the 2nd fret, but then you'd have to play F chords instead of some of our Gs, so there's a trade-off there. If you're a beginner on the guitar, probably neither of those are your favourite chords. Yeah. I'll strum through that part 2 slowly, just noting the chord changes because they're quite syncopated in this one. So we start with the D. We've got cars big as bars. We go straight down to the A on bars. Cars big as bars, and then rivers of gold. So that's our B minor to a G. So these chord changes are happening, you know, with the phrasing of the lyrics. They've got cars big as bars. They've got rivers of gold. They've got cars big as bars. They've got rivers of gold. So you've got to be a bit quicker with your chord changes on this second section. Then we're back into, but the wind blows right through you, so we're back on D. But the wind blows right through you, so we stay on D. Wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. So we stay on the D for quite a while there, compared with the first couple of lines. Wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. Back to our D. When you first took my hand, to a B minor, on that cold Christmas Eve, promised me Broadway was waiting for me. So hopefully you can see all those chord changes. Again, that strumming sort of striking, accenting the root note, and then down, up, down, up. On the G, I'm just striking the root note there. So just think about the percussive way that you strike these chords. It's going to make it sound better. So that's part 2. Alright, so then follows part 3. I'm calling it part 3. This is actually verse 4 of the song. As I said, the first 2 verses were played in the same way, so I'm calling that part 1. Kirsty's third verse is what I'm calling part 2. And we're on to verse 4 now, where they both, so there's like a question and answer vocal, where they both sing together. I'll play through it and then we'll break it down. So for reference with vocals, that section, this section 3, sounds like this. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. So it's just our D, G and A chords there, just in a slightly different order, different changes. You were handsome, you were pretty, staying on the D. Queen of New York City, so we changed down to an A there. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. That's the trick with this song, the chord changes are at different times. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band, up to D there, when the band finished playing, to G. They howled out for more. A to D. Howled out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then down through the night. So refer to the chord sheet, it's the easiest way of doing this. That's section 3. Next we've got what I'm calling section 4. This is the lyrics, the boys of the NYPD choir. And we're using G, A, D and B minor chords in this section. Again, quite punctuated with the chord changes, so I'll play through it and then we'll break it down. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. So again, please excuse my singing, I'm just trying to do this to help you with the chord changes. So the boys, we're on our G chord there. The boys of the NYPD choir, up to an A. Boys of the NYPD choir, NYPD choir, and then up to our D. We're singing Galway Bay, that's D to a B minor, and the bells to a D are ringing out, so down to a G then, ringing out A for Christmas Day. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. That's section 4. Next up, section 5. So this is a short instrumental part, and I'm just going to show you the guitar chords that go behind it. So it's we've just come out of that last verse. The bells are ringing out for Christmas Day, and we get this. So it's really similar to the first part, actually, part 1, that covers verses 1 and 2, except that just on the last bit I'm putting an extra G in. So I'm just going from a D, G, D, back to our A, or you can do the A7, back to D, G, D, G, A, G. So don't worry about the order of these. I'm going to attach it all in a song sheet if my technical ability will make that possible. After the instrumental, we've got verse 5, and this is the same as my part 3. So this is You're a Bum, You're a Punk, that part. We can't say anymore, I don't think, can we? But this is the same as the section You Were Handsome, You Were Pretty that we looked at earlier. The chords are exactly the same, so I'm calling it number 3. So I won't go through it all in detail, I'll just play through the chords. 2, 3, 4. And then following that, we're back into what I call part 4, the boys of the NYPD choir. So we've looked at that before. all parts that we've looked at before there. Alright, so we're on to verse 6 now, the final verse, and again this is sung as duet between Shane and Kirsty. Shane sings the first line, "I could have been someone," and this is the same as part 1. Part 1 covered verses 1 and 2, if you remember. Okay, the chords are exactly the same. We'll play through it anyway. So it starts with Shane on a D chord. I could have been someone, well, so could anyone. The melody's different there, the way Kirsty sings that from when Shane's singing that alone in the first couple of verses. She takes a different melody. It's really nice. I love the way she does it. Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you. Kept them with me, babe. Put them with my own. I built my dreams around you. So again, we've seen all of that before. Right, so we're on for the last verse, verse number 6. This is again a question and answer with Shane and Kirsty singing, taking lines each. And this guitar part is the same as the instrumental bit that I said was number 5 earlier on. It's very slightly different to the first couple of verses. It's similar, but it's not quite the same because we finish it with this dreams around you. So I'll just play through it. I'll try and make it best to sing through so you know where we're up to. It sounds like this. I could have been someone, well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you. I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. Alright, so I could have been someone on a D. Well, so could anyone. To G. I love the way Kirsty varies the melody on the way she sings it compared to Shane's first verse. Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me. Back to D. When I first found you, to A or A7 going into the next chord. I kept them with me, babe. Back to D. Put them with my own. To our G. Can't make it all alone. D. Put my dreams around you. So that's our G. And then we finish on part 4. Boys singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. And after that, the song sort of builds before it fades out, and we're just using those chords that we had for our instrumental part 5 before. So. To an A there, and then go round again. So D, to G, back to D. Sorry, I'm bending the notes out of tune. D. So those are the chords for Fairytale of New York in all its glory. An amazing, magical Christmas song in my view. Absolutely fantastic. Have fun with that one. Merry Christmas. As I always say, enjoy your guitar playing, guys, and I'll see you very soon.